You have to see it. It's no good. You'll never get what I'm talking about unless you see it. Or else you'll just think it's the eccentricity of childhood, blown up and disproportionate to what might have happened. Was it because the sky was overcast in that gray, green way? That warning of storm coming, run for cover soon. When you're a child, storm is a big deal. It feels like the world is coming undone and all the humans, all the grown-ups have lost control of the works and monsters are falling down from the sky or crawling up out from under and taking over. And grumble, grumble, says the thunder, and run, run, little girl. And it was a day like that. And it was a yellow bicycle handle. A yellow bicycle handle. And if I close my eyes, I can describe it to you because you have to be able to see it. A yellow bicycle handle with dark yellow falling down into an almost brown, and then brown down into black, and the cracks there. The ridges along the top are like scales on a dragon's back. It was sticking small end out on the branch of a bush, and I was young then, see, so that meant I was short or shorter, and so it hung over my head, a single small eye drooping over, peering down and looking into me. A little black hole in space with anything, just anything at all in the cosmos inside. It hung on a bush that grew near the railroad tracks, and location supplied the added bit of adrenaline playing in the sub-soundtrack of never, no, don't ever go near the railroad tracks. Well, how close then? Can I go as far as Sophie's house? Can I go as far as where the black dog lives? But I went further, and I did not do this to defy my parents. I did this to feel my fear can make one run screaming, or be the dark magnet roller coaster ride to revelation. And oh, reveal to me. So there I was, right there in the red zone, facing the danger of the dragon, the terrible terror of bicycle handle on bush, which had no leaves. So maybe it was the fall of early spring, or maybe it was dead in the world. And don't try to tell me that isn't significant. I know. And now Sophie and her friends saw me frozen, hypnotized really, by a yellow bike handle, and came over to tease me, taunt me, whatever. And the pressure of their pushing hands realized this idea in my trembling mind. It's alive, Sophie says, or something like it. See how it moves? Ooh. And here, the twiggy yellow bike handle thing sways, and the gaping maw bobs in agreement. Get closer. You can't tell from there. And then, maybe there's a snake inside. Oh, yeah. Great. Sure. Buster, little girl screamer. Yeah, they're pulling me and pushing me at the terrible black and the screaming yellow that is leaning down to take a better closer look. See, here, it's alive.
It is. I know it.
as well. Just the way you do know how the things that live in the black lay buried in the back. And why do you think spiders and bugs look like skeletons walking? Oh yeah, not too hard to get the hint about that. Stay away from dark spaces and best not to trespass, 'cause there'll be jaws snapping out how to pull you into their womb. And my tomb. And everybody knew there were all kinds of ways to call up the world who really wanted to go to Oz. Everybody knew there were all kinds of ways to slip sideways, and sure, it was just a yellow bike handle until the breezes blew the bobbing maw into a beckoning. Now what is it about some universal gestures like come see, come saw, like laugh, and the world laughs with you, like come hither, little girl, and know me better, that makes one respond with or without one's willing the beckoning gesture, the half story in hiding. It's something so special it can only be shared up close and in a clench. The come here and hear the whisper speak like a wind blowing to bowl me over. Storm coming. Storm coming. Storm. Run for cover soon. Run for cover soon. What kind of world flips hello upside down into hell? What kind of world am I in? I must have been screaming, really screaming. And they were laughing. Incredible. And not because they were laughing at me, but because they were there and they saw it, but didn't see it. And then I knew. I saw the thing beneath the thing. I saw the thing behind me there, always there. I know it's there, and other people didn't. Back in the kitchen, back in the bosom, I retold all the terror and the truth. And of course Mom and Dad laughed. Of course they did. They couldn't see it. And at my still expression, my humorless stance, they quieted, patted gently, and reinforced, please stay away from the railroad tracks. Please stay on track. Well, okay. I only had 6 years on this side of the works, and so I was still leaning on the world before this one. I was still leaning on Heaven's Gate and looking out at a world that lay like the whisper of an old sheet over an older bed. A sheet so thin, the thing beneath the thing pokes through in places singing joy from the ceiling or screaming dark from the cellar. And it was all real, it was all true. But what do? Do I hide? For how long? There is the house world and there's the wild world. The house world has warm laughter and soft chairs and walls of waves to stop one from running pell-mell and all about. But there were doors and windows, weren't there? There were these ways. One world leaks into the other. Because the house world is a temporary one. Before going out, tug and teeth. Before going out, touch nothing. Because there's nothing magic in the wild world with the invisible wall of Mom command. Stop there. Go all the way up the block, way around one side, but no way around the other. So we walk out in the world in steps, in stages, in training. Just a little further each day. But the world is wild. The world is wild. The child walks out not on a leash, but out of faith. Small streams of faith connected back to the house world. And does not go too far lest the line snap. So I remember this next part very clearly, because, of course, danger facilitates the memory. Of course it does. Like how a tetanus shot puts everything in a technicolor, the white coat, the little black hairs growing like a secret on the back of a man's hand that holds the needle in place, and that smell, you know that smell, antiseptic. And so sterilize the moment already and pickle it into a child's brain forever. And it works, too. It stays. It sticks. The needle pins it all quite into place, and so I'll remember that sting. And I'll remember the thing beneath the thing undercover in plain sight. And so 5 minutes spent contemplating the navel of yellow bicycle handle becomes subtext for the Uber test. The Uber test.
I was maybe 6 going on 7. Because it was around the block from the house on Hermitage, just part way around, just at the border of Never Never Don't Cross Over. And my younger sister and I were out playing. We were out going for a walk, and a car pulls up, and there were 2 people, a man and a woman in the front seat. And maybe my mom did a really good job on the Never Never Talk to Strangers litany, or maybe it was something else. Because I felt the presence of the smiling woman was supposed to make it okay, but it did not. They were smiling and gesturing and beckoning for me and my sister to come closer. Come, come. I held onto my sister's hand and stayed back, but all the while felt that terrible pull. That need to be polite, to obey the adults, the demigods of this dimension from whom all smacks and snack packs come. Come. But there is something in the beckoning that feels like a shiver remembered, and the smile upside down. And what kind of world am I on? Well, welcome is a warning. What kind of world am I on? What is the secret passage word? And then, it was my sister at my side that stopped me. It was her small body tucking in close to mine. Just her soft, lean. And so maybe we were saved from going closer from something terrible, maybe. Because of how much I love my sister.